Craft brews and casual conversations. Here we are on a dreary day of the week, a mundane work day, all part of the grind, all part of the proverbial chase for the almighty dollar, the almighty stack, and the almighty American dream. On the West Coast, sun shines through the window, giving a nice warm blanket to my co-host, a hug from Mother Earth, if you will. To my left of the Midwest, Mother Nature pisses frozen fury onto the ground upon this day that just when you think couldn't even get worse, it somehow fucking does. It's Dudes with Brews on a Porch.
Cue it.
Oh, I can actually do the cueing this time. Hold on. Let me get the things up and let me prepare myself. I know you're thinking you should have already done this, but I didn't. Here we go.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life. Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Drew.
How art thou?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually surprised your opening is a perfect gateway into something that I wanted to talk to you about today.
How the passing of time never ends, and so does the monotony of life, and every waking moment is pure and utter misery?
Well, the fact that you say that might be part of this, because you're talking about the almighty dollar. You're talking about how it's pissing on you over there. It's the sun shining on me over here, and I thought, one thing. This is one of our problems with this. Our merchandise.
Yeah.
We need exclusive merchandise. We need to do some kind of a limited run, and I thought of a perfect shirt. And this is where this all comes into play. And it can be like a big-headed version of you and a big-headed version of me. And the version of me says, I don't know how to get this tone across, but something along the, if you can get the tone of, I used to have a drug problem and now I'm in California. And then you are next to me and you're going, I just want to be happy, but I'm always sad. Dudes with brews.
Yeah, there you go. The yin to the yang.
So that'd be a great limited edition, limited time run shirt, I think.
Yeah. And this week, you don't have a brewski, and I don't have a brewski, but I do have bourbon.
A bourbon.
I do. I got a new bottle of bourbon, and I'm really excited to talk about it. Are you ready? I am drinking E.H. Taylor's Small Batch. Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch Bourbon is a distinguished offering from the Buffalo Trace Distillery, craft in honor of Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr., a pivotal figure in the history of bourbon. This bourbon is bottled in bond, adhering to the standards set by the Bottle and Bond Act of 1897, which Colonel Taylor was instrumental in advocating. It is a straight bourbon, 100 proof, 50% ABV. There is no officially stated age, but it's rumored to be aged between 6 and 8 years. It also has an undisclosed mash bill, though it's believed to be Buffalo Trace's mash bill number 1, a low rye recipe with less than 10% rye content. The nose, you'll get aromas of baked toffee apples, cherries, cinnamon, and caramel. The palate, you have flavors of chocolate, vanilla, butterscotch, and oak, balanced with warmth and spice, and it finishes rich, oaky, and creamy vanilla. It is not easy to find. It is, as soon as it hits the shelves, it is gone. And I got me some this last weekend. I scored it. I stood in line for a long, long time. And this was my second choice. I wanted to get the Stag originally, but it was gone by the time my opportunity to select a bottle came up. So I took the E.H. Taylor. Now let's give it a fucking try, shall we?
I love your enthusiasm for bourbon. I remember when you used to feel that way about beer.
Delicious, Rob. Super smooth. Get those nice flavors. I'm drinking it neat. No ice. Straight out of the bottle to the glass. And up your ass.
There you go. There's another limited edition. Straight out of the bottle to the glass. It'll whoop your ass. I like it.
All right.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can.
Just to prove that our show is completely unthought about until the moment we hit record. If not having the intro queued up wasn't enough for people to realize that, why all of a sudden when I load up my internet does it go to this thing called X.com?
X is like Twitter.
Yeah, well, I've never gone to X, whatever.
You did one time, and then I thought we were getting hacked, and I changed the password because you tweeted out, "What channel is the Bucks on?"
That was still Twitter. What is it? Tweetcher?
Twitter.
It is Twitter. It was Twitter. It was Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
But never from my not that. It was, but never from my computer, and not in what that was 3 years ago. That was still in Wisconsin when I did that.
Yeah, you were correct. I don't know why it goes there, but
I don't like it. I feel like it's. I feel like it's part of this something with the takeover of all things.
We don't really use X anymore. Right? We have an account, we just never use them. We're not active on it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, same. Rob, I'm in a bitchy mood.
I noticed.
I'm not happy. Today wasn't a fine day at all. It was rough. It was difficult. I had caught myself thinking about a lot of different things. And then it was over. You're at home, and then you find out that you might have a hefty bill coming your way, which is a really big disappointment. And I feel it's a good time to tell people to buy our merchandise so we can pay for some stuff.
See, this is how we're even in tune. I came up with that idea for limited edition merch before I even knew about your day today.
That's how we do it, man.
But it's like nobody, all your friends and stuff, they're always going to say, "Oh, I'll buy a shirt. I'll buy a hat. I'll buy a koozie someday."
Yeah.
Not today. It'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not limited edition merch.
For sure. But
not the merch that says "I'm a true fan." B word.
But we haven't talked we didn't talk last week. You weren't feeling well. You got ill. How are you feeling now? You feeling dapper? Are you feeling good?
I'm back on top. What happened, I believe, I went out with some coworkers. I had some drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Not anything more than I normally had. I think I had like 4 doubles and a single. But
4 doubles and a single?
Right.
That's the equivalent of 9 drinks. That's no more than you normally have?
Let's call it 3 doubles and a single. Maybe it's that. Because I started with an espresso martini, and then I got 2 drinks, and then I got 2. Now it was 4 doubles and a drink and a single. I mean, it didn't feel like anything more than I normally had.
All right, good.
Than I normally have when I decide to drink to get, have a good time.
Yeah,
Not just to relax and get a little laughy and goofy. This was we were going out to let off some work steam.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm a child and I don't like the taste of most booze, I'll get a double vodka with just a splash of grenadine.
Mm-hmm.
just takes the edge off. It makes my throat not hurt from drinking it. I don't care. Judge me if you want. That's just how it is. That's how I am, and I'm going to continue to be this way. Probably off the grenadine now after this incident, because the grenadine that I got at this bar was like black. Once it was put into the vodka, it looked a little bit more like violet or purplish. Well, I got very drunk very quick once we went to that bar and I had those drinks. I was still drinking water and eating like we were out at a restaurant and sipping on my drinks. Wasn't slamming them. But I figured the next day when I woke up, I haven't vomited like this for a while. So vomited that night a bunch. The next day, couldn't move. You texted me that day, but I had my phone on silent. I called into work. I don't call into work very much. I did not leave the couch all day. I did shower, but I went right back to the couch. Vomited a bunch more after, that kind of thing. The next day, still had an upset stomach and throat. And even on Tuesday, still had yesterday, it was still having issues to the point where I think it was on Monday night, me and one of the people that were with me, he had mentioned that, hey, that grenadine didn't look right. And I was like, I didn't think so either, but I figured it was a bougie bar and they had bougie grenadine and it's different for the rich. And this was, I'm used to going to the dive bars and getting the sugar syrup or whatever.
Yeah.
And no, it turns out we Googled it and it says if your grenadine is black, it could be moldy. It is bad. You should not drink it. I'm pretty sure that is what I've been going through the last 4 days. Because honestly, normally I know my limits with drinking and I don't have hangovers like that. So I don't think it was a hangover. I think it was some kind of something else. Poisoning. Let's call it poisoning.
Well, I'm glad you're on the up and up. Speaking of mold, I actually had a pretty stressful situation, and I want to give you my perspective on this situation because I feel like I did the right thing, and my counterpart doesn't think I did the right thing. But, okay, so probably maybe like a month and a half ago, perhaps, maybe a little longer, I noticed some of the caulk around my shower, where the shower surround meets the tub, was coming up, and it was like taking, it was falling apart. So I got a clear silicone caulking and I caulked around it. All right. I cleaned up all the mold, cleaned it all up really good. And then time progressed and I looked down and I saw there was some mold growing still. And I was like, oh shoot, this isn't good. If it's on the top of the caulk, you can just get rid of it, right? You clean it off, bleach it up a little bit, you're good to go. But it was underneath the silicone caulk, so it could have been moisture still getting in behind the shower surround, and now it's surfacing up from underneath. Or maybe I didn't clean the one part good enough, or maybe I didn't let it dry out long enough before I recaulked it. So hold on a second. Stupid dogs. I hate these fucking dogs, Rob. Hate them. Anyways, I swear to God, I don't know if you can hear them, but they're driving me crazy. They're just pushing me.
I cannot hear them.
They're pushing me over the edge, Rob. I'm trying to tell a story. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to be well spoken, but I can't because these fucking animals, these dogs that were abandoned, and I saved them. Robert. I gave them a home. I give them shots. I give them food. I give them things to tear up all the fucking time and destroy. And what do? Chaos everywhere I look, Robert. It's chaos, and I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
All right.
Anyways,
all right. Well, I'm gonna send somebody over there just to get the dogs out safely. Anyway, I'm more worried about the dogs than your sanity at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyways,
sanity's gone.
Okay.
The caulk.
The caulk. Mold was growing up. All right. So then I was just like, I don't really want. You don't really want to fuck with the black mold. You don't want to do it. So I was like, I gotta replace my shower surround. because clearly there's a bigger.
This is the reason that you put that thing on Facebook about replacing your complete surround.
Yeah. And then I did it. I didn't know if the current or the former shower surround was glued onto the wall or if it was attached to the studs, if it was an open wall or not, because there's two different options, right? Right.
Yes.
And the only way for me to find out what the option was, I have to take the old one off, right?
Look, I've never actually put one of these things in. Are you talking about the entire surround or just the glass doors?
The walls. The 3 walls.
And where because there was black stuff growing? You took off your walls.
There was mold, Rob, coming from underneath the shower surround. So to me that's saying like something's wrong.
You have to scrape off all the grout or the caulk that's there and then dry it really well.
Yeah, but I think it was I thought there was a bigger issue, and there was. So, but you're derailing my points here.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for.
I didn't
Chaos,
know.
Drew.
I
Chaos
didn't
everywhere.
know. I didn't know if it was a glue up option, or if it was on the studs. Okay, the only way for me to find out, and I feel like the only way for the majority of people to find out is to take the old one off, right? Because I don't know. Because if it's installed over an open wall, you don't know because there's a surround there. So I recruited my neighbor and coworker and friend down the street. He came over. We started opening it up, and I had to remove the old surround. Okay, and then I realized, oh, this is a glue up option. Okay, so therefore, I have to buy a new glue up option. I went through the process of heating up all the old adhesive, scraping it off. I went through the process of taking the old one off, chucking it, and then I actually had to. There was mold on the walls, so I had to cut portions of the wall out, not like a big chunk, but maybe like 4 inches all the way
Okay. All
down.
right.
I had to cut that drywall out because it's bad. I had to put.
Is this your hall bathroom?
It's the only bathroom that's full. Yeah, the only bathroom with a shower.
I guess I don't know. I didn't even know. I don't remember your house very well.
That's fine. So I had to put new drywall in. I had to spackle it all up, and then I now the options for a glue up shower surround at the store that I went to, very limited. They were only white. Now, if you recall, my bathtub is in like an almond color almost.
Yeah, so you didn't take the tub out, just the walls.
Yes, just the walls. Just the walls. The tub would have been a much longer process at a whole crazy expense. And it just oh my god. 1 second. Barry! Fucking stop.
Does that ever work?
It did this time. It was just a surround. So it was white. White was the only option I had. The options were limited. But at the time, I had to act. I had to buy one because the old one ripped down. And there's black mold growing on my wall. I don't need my 2-year-old being exposed to black mold and then accumulating some disease. It can cause respiratory disease, respiratory issues. I watched my father struggle with lung disease for well over a decade. I had to get this done. I'm a hero here, Rob. I did the work. I put in the time. I put in the sweat. I put in the frustration. Me! And I was yelled at because it didn't match.
I was going to say, are you telling me you got a 2-tone tub now?
The tub is one color. The walls are a different one. It looks fine. It's not that bad. It doesn't look bad. I caulked everything. I do have to do a little extra added work in the future.
Where was the
make
I'm
it-
just curious because the maintenance person in me, as I've never had to take out all of our showers are like one piece fiberglass. The walls and the tub are all the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
Mine's a fiberglass tub, but it doesn't have an insert.
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's like when you're saying certain things, like I'm thinking of
They're not.
I'm thinking differently because I'm not used to
There's.
that.
It's
But
not all one piece. It's just.
so was the mold at the base where the tub met the wall, or where the
Yes.
wall? Okay,
Yeah.
crazy. Why? How was the water getting? Just it wasn't sealed properly?
Must have been. Yeah, must not have been. I don't know. But I think it was there before, even when I recocked it. I think it was starting to accumulate. So I just didn't want to, So then my wife got angry that it wasn't the same color. And she said, like, you could have waited this out. You could have consulted me. And I said, well, you knew I was going to do it. You knew I was doing this. And the options were limited at the time. I had no other option. If we would have special ordered it, we're out of shower for at least a week. How are we going to handle that?
Just hang plastic, dude.
No.
Well, you just don't want water getting on your walls. Just hang some plastic in the meantime, like a kill room, but around your shower.
So the question here is who is wrong?
I mean, if it's me, I just put up the white thing because I want to get it done.
Right.
But
That's what I
I don't
did.
care if my shower is white on top and almond on the bottom.
Neither do I. So,
I mean, now what you need to do is go get an olive green toilet and really just commit to having a crazy out of whack, jumbled together bathroom.
and here's the other part of the kicker. Carissa wants to paint, which is fine. Paint the kitchen or paint the bathroom. I'm cool with that. But the caulk, in some places we had to be pretty generous. Like it doesn't look horrible, but there's just some places. Because there were a lot of struggles in this process, a lot of struggles, and but we got it done. But the caulk you can't paint over. Unpaintable caulk.
Why'd you get unpaintable?
I just grabbed the
I'm not
caulk.
attacking you.
I just
Oh,
grabbed
boy.
the tube, man. I grabbed the tube. It said it was waterproof. It said it was good for bathrooms. So I grabbed it. I used that one. I didn't even think about painting at that time. I was thinking about when the hell am I going to be able to shower again?
You could always rip out so you're talking about the caulk that meets the wall at the top of the insert.
Well, on the sides
Because
too.
you wouldn't need and then down the sides where it meets the wall though, because you wouldn't need to
Right.
paint it anywhere else.
Right.
You could always rip that out and redo it. I mean, it's just
Mm-mm.
your time.
Mm-mm. I'm not ripping it out.
Also, you should float the idea to her that where the line of the tub where the tub meets the insert,
Mm-hmm.
draw a straight line all the way around your bathroom walls, right? Paint from that line down white. Paint from that line up almond, so you get like a reverse thing going on. She'd love that suggestion. I'm telling you, I should be interior something.
She said you're bitching about me, but only letting them listen to one side of the story. And I said correct. And I said,
let's bring her out.
I said correct. This is my platform. And now she says you don't want me on it anymore. Oh God, here we go. Another little pickle I've found myself in this jar I call life.
Sadly, I mean, she doesn't listen to the show, but she can hear you record it. That's the problem.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I've also noticed that the kitchen light is still on, so I'm going to tell her to turn it off.
Oh boy.
How's your life?
Well, I mean, I'm in a similar thing. I came home yesterday and I left some dirty clothes on the floor at my person's house, and
You
she
said
felt
her
the
name
need to text.
100 times. You're not going to say
I know, but now I have other coworkers that are, well, now that I said other coworkers, it doesn't matter. Left some dirty clothes on the floor at Shonda's house. now my other coworker knows the name of this podcast, and she might actually listen to it. I doubt it.
She doesn't know. She
You
doesn't
always
know that you're an item with her.
no. That's no.
Oh, all right.
So anyway, she felt the need to send me a picture of that. She always likes to let me know the things that I forget or leave behind,
Or do wrong.
or when I snuck a work shirt into her laundry, she noticed that right away. I was like, "Oh, I'm doing your laundry now."
Yeah, isn't that
So,
what happens in these types of situations, these types of scenarios, these types of relationships? You know.
should be, yeah. I mean, but I also do her laundry. I do the laundry. I do the dishes. I clean up the dog poop.
Yeah.
Clean the toilet.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
scrub the shower.
Do you need a new surround? Because I know how to do that.
I mean, I'll fly you out here if I ever do, but not at the moment.
Yeah. So that's
So
just a part of my stress. I'm a handful of weeks away. Well, like more than a handful, but I don't know. I'm almost done with my grad program. I'm going to graduate in May.
is that double master now or what?
That will be. Yeah. When that's all said and done. So that's exciting.
Yeah. You just need to learn how to be a double master of yourself.
You're not wrong.
I know. That's why I said it.
But
I did just inquire about a new job, taking over as a supervisor.
damn. Boss Rob.
Boss Rob, it's not there yet, so don't hit print on that one yet.
Yeah.
But this would be a building that's bigger than I want to take on. It's 2 buildings and 350 units, which is relatively close to what I'm doing, like what I'm working in right now. I don't want that much on my plate, to tell you the truth. I'd rather go down to a 100-unit building and be by myself than actually have employees.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah, I think I would like that more.
Two.
I think I just don't trust people to do work right, so I just want to do it myself.
Well, that's part of being a boss, is just tell them to do it the right way. Or like, if they don't, you ridicule them. You say, "You dope, you rapscallion."
Well, it's crazy. That's actually in the job description.
You say, "You dope." Yeah.
What are you, some kind of dope?
Right.
Everything is dope. Yeah.
You're
In a bad way, though.
You're a real knucklehead.
Yeah. I wonder if I could get. I really want. Actually, that'd be a great HR suit, wouldn't it? Like, he called me a knucklehead.
Yeah.
I did call her a knucklehead.
Yeah,
Notice I said her, because I hire women.
She was being a real rascal, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Otherwise, I finished those classes I was working through. All they taught me was that everything I've ever written is wrong.
How so?
Well, it's just, there's some big rules that, like, the first one really tripped me up, because I was like, I didn't write this way. And in terms of Hollywood writing, if you want to write for Hollywood, there's specific things that they look for. And in terms of what this guy's saying, which I tend to actually agree with him, because as I've been watching things, everything fits in these categories. But it's like the first one, number one, right off the bat, your character needs to have an external goal, something that is tangibly showable, that they either achieve or do not achieve. Right there, I was like, fuck. None of my stuff is external goals. You need to add in some kind of external goal. You can have the internal stuff, that's fine, but you need to have an external goal, something that the person is chasing.
What are you chasing, Rob?
What am I chasing?
Externally.
I don't know anymore. Maybe that's why I can't write a character that has an external goal.
Oh.
I just want to not have to worry. I want to be able to fly somewhere tomorrow and not have to worry about it eating up my entire savings account.
Or your vacation
Is that so
time?
much to ask? I don't care about that. I got plenty of that, but that's because I can't afford to use it.
Well, you also live in the ultimate vacation land. You don't need to go anywhere else, Rob. You're in paradise.
Yeah. That's how they sell it. I mean, shit, they're coming. No, it's paradise. I swear.
Right.
All right, they've left.
Um,
They being the overseers of Californian imagery.
there's a pretty unique marathon going on right now, and I don't know where it's in. It's called the Barkley Marathons. Oh, this is in Tennessee, but do you want to hear about it? It's pretty unique. The race that eats its young, Rob.
Okay.
It was brought up in 1986, and only 20 runners have completed the full course within the 60-hour time limit, and it kicked off yesterday. What this is, and I heard I listened to a podcast, and I actually heard about this a while ago, and it's pretty interesting. But it's a race where you have to run 5 loops that are roughly 100 or roughly 20 miles long, but they don't really know. It's unmarked, and it requires participants to navigate through forests, do like crazy inclines, looking over 54,000 feet of cumulative elevation, and they have to go through all this terrain. They have, I think,
54,000 or 5,400
54,000.
cumulative. So as you go up and down, it just keeps
Right.
adding.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
but
All right.
it's still a lot though.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
How they prove, because you have to do each loop within 12 hours, and there's a 60-hour cutoff, and if you do 3 loops, it's just called a fun run. But because it's unmarked, there are no aid stations or anything like that. Really, you're on your own. You have to provide your own gear and shit, and go through this and try to figure it out. You have to find books. Each loop has a book or like a page that you have to grab, and that's your proof that you complete. So essentially, there's between 9 and 15 books placed along the course. Every year it's different, and you have to remove a corresponding page to the race number as proof of completing each loop, which is wild. And it's going on. It kicked off yesterday at around 11:37. Right now, it's been pretty hard, and it doesn't seem like any runner completed that second loop, which within the 24-hour period, and making it unlikely that anyone will finish this year. Pretty crazy though.
Can I just get this straight? This is a race that promotes running and also destroying books.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like any part of it.
I just thought it was interesting. And then I wanted to ask you, should that be my goal? Should I do the Berkeley or the Barkley, whatever the fuck it is, race?
I mean, I could see you thriving in that environment. I think you should come do the LA Marathon first.
I would love to. When is it?
It just happened last week.
Well, then I guess I'm too late.
Yes, you've got a whole year to prepare.
I will. Where do I sign up? Can you give me a charity bib, or can you give me a sponsored bib? What?
Yeah.
Because there's like a bunch of places that'll do it. You think you can give me one?
Yeah, I can find a way. I know enough people with enough, whatever. I mean,
Enough pull.
Yeah.
I try to do that for the New York Marathon. Didn't happen.
That'd be a cool marathon to do.
Yeah.
I would walk that one just to.
You can't. You gotta run it.
What? If you're moving forward, you're doing it. What? You have a time limit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I won't finish based on their standards, but
You won't get a medal then, and that's what it is, right?
I've got a run club medal right here. I'll just keep it. I won't give it to you.
You'll write New York on it.
Yeah, I'll cross out and go walk club. I'm in the walk club.
Yeah. I haven't been running as much as I wanted to. I ran this morning. I ran a half marathon on last Friday, just cause.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good reason. That's the best reason, I think. I can get behind that.
Yeah. I needed it.
It's like if your goal in life is to run a marathon, what happens when you run a marathon?
then you are enough.
You go to Tennessee and run the what's it called? The Clovernaster? What's it called? Cabernet?
The Barker, the Barkley,
The Barkley. That's it. I don't know where I came up. I thought it was a C word.
Cabernet, a C word. Is that what you think of me when you? Is that what you think of when you look at me? The C word?
I think you could do the C word. Yeah.
Like say it or be one.
Run it.
Courageous.
Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, no, I don't think you'd ever say it.
Courageous? I just did.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that holds up. We've done 38 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been a journey.
I wish I had more to say. It's been like a week and a half, but
I've just been stressed, man. I've just been grinding. I have a lot I could tell you, but I can't tell you in a recorded capacity
yes.
because of certain things. But stuff has been pretty wild, man. Pretty wild.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear about it off the mic. Well, on the mic, but off the record. I went and got my annual checkup. I'm trying to do that adult thing where you go and do your yearly.
Mm-hmm.
Year to the day from the last time.
How you doing?
I got to go in for my labs on Monday. And then I've got some stuff happening also that I don't want to put on microphone.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm just worried about some pains in my groin area.
You're not dying, are you?
No.
Okay, good. If I died, would you keep doing the show? You don't have the passwords or anything, but
yeah, I don't have any way. I would just make it like Dudes with Brews Remembrance.
Yeah. Okay.
Be a once a month thing.
Sure. Just like remember.
Yeah, remember there was a thing. I take my favorite. They'd just be clip shows from forever.
There you go. If
or I'd learn how to edit so I could splice your conversation in, and then I would just talk to you as if it was live.
Well, look at that. That's good. You can do that.
Yeah.
If you die, should I keep going or should I?
No, you better not. I swear to God, if you continue this thing without me, I will be rolling.
You'll be rolling.
I will not. I'll cease haunting you, so you won't know. Oh. I'm gonna go. No, I won't haunt him. I won't prove to him that ghosts exist. That's how mad I'd be.
Yeah, that'd be a bummer. You were about to say you were gonna roll in your grave, but I'd make sure you're cremated.
Yeah, I'm not actually. Yeah, I think I stopped because I'm not.
So you'd just be like ashing in your
urn? I'd be ashed. Yeah.
Is that what they do? They
can just be ashing in my baggie, in my coffee can,
blowing in the wind. I don't really know.
I'd be blowing smoke. I'd be
yeah. What's the equivalent of rolling in the grave? I don't know either. Rattling the urn.
I mean, I would find out if you kept doing this show after I'm gone. Right. But in reality, you could go ahead. I'll haunt you no matter what.
Oh, thank you. That would be good.
You'll be on my rounds,
Would you haunt me in my dreams, or would you haunt me?
Jesus.
What?
Two people emerged from the darkness behind you, and it was right as you were talking about being. Yeah. Did you turn up your light, or what just happened?
No, I didn't turn up my light.
Now you're blurring. I see you, but anyway, it went from darkness to faces, and it threw me off.
People be exploring this house all the time, whether I like it or not. I have to blur the one that who just says, "Oh, you're not gonna ever let me on the show again."
The bathroom's not good enough.
Yeah, the bathroom that now she can comfortably shower in, knowing that it's mold free and protected. Because her man stepped in and took care of business, and that her son, that I granted her as well, I provide 23 of those chromosomes. I think it's 23. Is that right? No, that's not right. Yeah, right. How many
Isn't
chromosomes?
that all of them? How many do we have? 46 or
It's called 23andMe, but why is that? Because there's 23?
I think there's only 23.
But okay, now who gets the more chromosomes? Who gives the more chromosomes?
I
This
think
isn't
that
right.
the,
No, because
it's
chromosomes
the,
are
it's
connected. DNA is connected. It's got to be an even number. We're really fucking dumb. I feel like
yes.
She snickers. You know how many chromosomes you got? How many chromosomes do we have? Answer the question.
I don't know.
I know that.
Put me on this. This is your platform.
Oh damn!
Yeah, this is my platform, and I'll scream it from the rooftops.
Yeah, chromosome drop.
Yeah.
I think that the male or female, like the XY chromosome, the one that creates the
46.
gender, it is 46.
Yeah. So I was right. You got 23 chromosomes.
I was wrong. You could have told me any number, and it just doesn't interest me. I'll tell you what. Do you know what specific gravity means? I'll tell you that, but I don't care about the chromosomes.
I got chromosomes and different area codes, baby. I don't know what that means, but
Limited edition T-shirt available for 5 minutes, starting right now.
yeah.
Prepare to get rich, Drew.
Hi.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Will.
He can't hear me.
Will.
That's Robert.
Hi, Robert.
This is amazing. This is such growth of language since the last time he's been on the microphone.
Yeah. Can you say what's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
Say
It's all sunshine over here. He can't, just so for the listeners, he can speak to me, but he can't hear me.
say I gotta go night.
I got that. Good night.
Say good night.
Good night.
Say
Night, buddy.
Say bye, Burbank Bob.
Bye bye, Booby Bob.
Oh my God.
What a cutie.
What a cutie.
And now he's coughing all the way to mom. Ah, germs, bacteria. Damn.
Speaking of which, I
daycares.
hope that the walls weren't wet when you cut the moldy parts out.
What?
I hope the wall wasn't wet when you cut out the moldy part.
No,
Okay, because that's the worst thing you can do is cut it when it's wet.
it wasn't wet. No.
Okay. Just checking. It's one of the few things I know about mold and remediation is you don't want to cut that stuff when it's wet because that's how it gets into the air.
No. So
And it's still like alive and gets into your lungs and then it starts to grow and then it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I had to go on because I think I'm a slight hypochondriac. I had to go on ChatGPT because then I also was like, this surround is pretty old. It's from like 1987, and then I was like, do you think this glue has asbestos in it? So then I Googled in ChatGPT asbestos exposure, and then what it did, and it's like you got to breathe that shit in for a long time for a while for you to get any mesothelioma. And I was like, all right, that's good. And then
If you look into what actually mesothelioma is, it's it's a buildup of that stuff.
yeah, so I'll be okay. And then I said the same thing with mold. It doesn't necessarily kill you, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, I think you could probably maybe have a case of it's like you're such a hypochondriac that you think you might have a case of being a hypochondriac.
I think I have that.
Yeah, once you get to that point, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're just a worrier.
I am a worrier.
You see the worst in every scenario.
I do. You're right.
Have you ever met anybody that says Las Vegas?
No. Vegas.
Okay. Yeah, it's always Vegas, right?
Vegas?
My aunt calls it Vegas.
That was my birthplace. Las Vegas. Not Las Vegas. That sounds like
Vegas.
It sounds like a slur.
It does, right?
Yeah.
She said it 3 times to me, and every time it just in my brain it was like a sharp object being thrown into a sharp wall or something. I'm really good with adjectives.
That hard E is just ugh.
Vegas.
Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. Throw an A in there and we're okay. Vegas.
Yeah. Where are you going this weekend? Vegas.
Vegas. Vegas. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know why it just came to my head because of what we were talking about for some reason, and I decided, let's talk about it. It's Vegas. Everybody get it right.
It is, yeah. Get it right. All that. But yeah.
How do you say if I spelt the word Melee, how would you say that?
Meelle.
Lee. As in hitting with a weapon in a game.
Oh, melee?
It's like melee. Okay, so my cousin says melee. And he says it so much that I swear to God he's saying it just to get you to go, I think it's melee. And then he can go, it's spelt melee, dude. But I'll never give him that. I don't know, because I'll never give him that satisfaction by going. Like he said it so many times when we used to game that I
Melee.
swore on my version of a Bible, which is, I don't know, this coffee table, that I would never ask him or never correct him and say melee, because I think he's got something in the chamber if I do.
Yeah. It's melee.
But
yeah,
I also don't know if I'm right or wrong on that one, because it's a lot of E's for a lot of A sounds.
English is hard.
It is very difficult, yeah.
Language is weird. Language is difficult. I sometimes I think about that when I hear somebody speaking a different language, and to me, like, I don't understand it, right? I don't comprehend. I have no idea, and I'm just like, people understand this, and like, how did that get formed? Like, they understand what they're saying, and then I'm talking to somebody. I comprehend the words. I understand the meanings. And it's like, how did this come about? How did this happen? How do people just start talking? It's weird.
It's hard for me to like understand when I like, because I there's a lot of people that speak a lot of different languages where I work.
Right.
And we were just talking about this today, because I was kind of like, you know what? I would be all for, I would wear a badge too that just says, here's the languages that I speak, or my primary language. Because we all have apps on our phones for translations now. But I don't know what languages I need to translate to or from. And sometimes you can offend somebody by suggesting that they speak this language or that language. But in reality, what I do want to know, I would love to know, when they hear us, like somebody who doesn't speak English, when they hear us speaking English, do they hear like R2D2 like I do when they're talking, and I'm just hearing beep, boop, bop, bop, dot, doot, and I don't know. I literally have nothing to grasp onto to go like, oh, that word might mean this or this word. You can get context, but even that can be off.
Right. I think I think we sound like The Sims to them in those situations.
What is that? More like the adults in Charlie Brown, like womp womp womp. Like I don't know what the Sims do.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good Sims impression.
You know, like
Nice,
something like that. I think that's probably what it sounds like. That would be my guess.
That's probably a valid guess. I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wonder if we're hearing the rhythm of the language as opposed to the words, because we don't know the words.
Probably.
So like,
yeah.
And I've noticed that, because like Shonda will do this thing where she'll start talking a specific volume and a specific rhythm, and she'll just go off the rails and like all of a sudden lower her voice and speed up her rhythm, like almost like a jazz beat. And it makes it impossible to understand what she's saying.
Well, there's
and I have to go.
There's like a California dialect almost, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's the same thing with there's like a Texas rhythm, and there's definitely like a swamp, like people from the swamp show or whatever down in the Everglades, and like they speak with a rhythm. And I feel like if you know the rhythm, you can catch the words, but if you don't know the rhythm, you're already at a loss, even though the words are there.
What do you think we sound like? Do we sound like idiots?
Yes, I think we do. But I think that's like, I think we're like, in my opinion, because we don't have that straight up like upper Midwest, like,
Yeah.
oh, don't you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like when I moved out here, a lot of people were like, oh, you don't sound like you have a Wisconsin accent. The only thing I don't do, I say bag wrong, or I say, little things like that.
Bag?
But yeah, I say bag,
You
but
say
apparently it's bag.
I say bag.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Bagel.
Do you say? I mean,
Boggle.
I say ope. I do say ope.
I say ope quite a bit too, but I didn't realize it until you told me about it.
Oh.
Now I notice that every time I walk through a freaking door, I go, oop, oop, I'm an idiot. Oop, oop, oop. Every time I lock eyes with someone, oop, sorry.
Oh, you must be from Wisconsin.
Gag me with a spoon.
That's an interesting phrase.
Yeah, well,
Have you heard it?
1980s were an interesting time.
I guess. Is that a line from something?
That was like a thing from the back in the early 90s, like the Valley Girl thing was gag me with a spoon and
Really?
Oh yeah. I'll
Huh.
send you a video. There's a news story on it that Shonda sent me because she's from the Valley. She was, grew up in that time, at that age, in that area, in this area, where it was like Clueless. Did you ever watch Clueless?
I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that vernacular was Valley Girl slang that they just put in that movie.
Gag me with a spoon. So
Mhm.
is the significance of that phrase is not gag me. It's something. The power is in the spoon.
This is one that I've never been. I mean, I don't think anybody knows the origin of this. I would love, I get these little videos that are like, oh, little sayings that we still use today from the past, and it's like, barge in over a barrel, hoisted by your own petard, whatever. This is where they come from. I would love 100 years from now. I hope that there's a little Instagram video, and I hope it's not Instagram. I hope it's local man's millions, just social media, rags to riches story, and he creates a thing, and it has this little video, and it's like gag me with a spoon. No one knows the origin. Makes no sense to anybody.
Yeah. Similar to that of truck testicles. No one knows the real story because two people claim to invent it.
Yeah, and no one wanted it, and yet somehow
they're popular. Still to this day. It's been a minute since I've seen a set of truck nuts.
They're coming back. I bet you any money.
Bro,
over the next 4 years, they're coming back.
There's time. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. But there is like time frames where I feel like it's all I see. And I just think it is a very specific demographic that has testicles hanging from the truck, And that demographic is not one for equal rights. Yet they go through an act of cupping fake balls and putting them on their truck. Now
It makes their truck better than your truck. Why? Because your truck doesn't have nuts.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know, like, who in that situation, like, who's gay? Me for looking at the nuts, or them for touching them and hanging them up and buying them?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They're probably just being ironic.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they don't have notebook nuts or book nuts. But that's because these people don't read or write.
Right. They're not.
That's a heavy swing I just took at. I would like to think that our listeners don't have truck nuts.
Well, and if you do, you're a rube.
Yeah, go back and listen. We discussed this a while. It was a while ago now, but
a while ago, yeah. And I'm just joking, obviously. I do think they're really stupid, but
I don't get it. But I'm not trying to.
Right. I'm not.
I'm sure people with truck nuts know how to read and write. Okay, they said it. All right, I apologize.
Well, they read the directions on how to hang them up, but they probably had pictures along with it too. So
no, they watch a YouTube video.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. They know enough words where they can type in truck nuts how to.
It's a QR code that comes with the truck. Now, so you just
Yeah,
take a
it very
picture
well
with
could
it.
be. So, we're not completely dismissing them. They have capabilities of showing intellect, having an awareness of technology, but
And most importantly, they can buy a truck. It's good for the economy.
yeah, that's true. That's true. We've made it to the end here. We did it.
I know. I was worried when it was 33. I was like, damn, that 33 minutes felt like a while. I got nothing left.
I unloaded. I unleashed the mental capacity that's left in my brain, and I threw it all out there in audio format. So hopefully people will recognize it and appreciate it. I drink E.H. Taylor, the small batch, and I still got some left, but I'm going to drink it all because it's tasty. It's delicious. Get this. Okay, I'm going to talk about this too real quick. So we get up early, right, to get in line for this allocated bottle bourbon event, Josh and I. It's fun. I hang out with Josh. We drink some coffee. We sit around. We just kind of shoot the breeze a little bit while sitting in line. There's some people that got there pretty much exactly the same time we did. They got in front of us. Three people, but they set up 4 chairs. Later, probably like an hour later, someone shows up, and they go, "Oh, you made it!" And he goes and sits down in the empty chair. Should I have said something? Because I'm like, hold on, you didn't get here till now. Get your ass to the back of the line, right?
This is one of those interesting things where I think if cooler heads could prevail, which they cannot, so there's not really a way to go about this. But if you could have gone up and had your glasses kind of down on your nose like this,
yeah,
and been like, might I suggest a conversation about what has just transpired? And when they go, what? Go, last year I came here.
They did it.
It
was the same.
And the man behind
behind
me
did too.
The man behind me wanted a specific bottle of bourbon. He did not get it because I bought the last bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what if I had come an hour later than my compatriots that are sitting next to me and cut the line in front of him, and now he did not get the bottle that he just rightly deserves because he sat here longer, and now I might be in that situation with what you just did.
Yeah.
We talk about this?
2 people did it. 2 groups of people, which
and
frustrates me.
I think it certainly deserves a conversation. The problem is, can you handle the evil eye? Because I think you might be able to get some people to back down and go back of the line. This is Bourbon Fest or whatever.
Right. Well,
there are rules here.
And it could have been like, too, like, I'd just be like, listen, you can stand here and talk to your friends, but when it comes to doors being like, you need to find somewhere, like, you should go to the back.
Well, this is so like when you buy, you can only buy a certain amount of bottles, right?
One.
You can only buy 1 bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That means that one space in line is actually pretty important.
Right.
And you need to be there on time, in my opinion.
Like I said, I didn't get the one that I wanted. Maybe I could have.
Yeah. So next year this happens. I'd say you bring brass knuckles.
All right. How do you acquire those?
I mean, I actually have some. I'll send them to you with this Run Club medal.
Isn't that a felony to have?
I mean, somebody gave them to me, and they said just keep them on you because we deal with homeless people and things like that. Yeah, if I use them, it's a felony. I'm never gonna use them. I don't even have them. They're in a tin somewhere. I don't know. I have 1. Is that half a felony? I don't have both. Just for one hand.
Yeah, that's a misdemeanor. So
yeah,
it's like hitting with an open hand. It's less significant, right? Something like that.
Yeah, because in the other hand, I have my switchblade.
Hell yeah. All right, so I drank this E.H. Taylor that I waited in line for. It was my second choice. Good. It's delicious. I do love it. I do enjoy it. I will have to savor it. I'm not going to drink it all the time because I want to hang on. I want it to last lifetime. This could be the only time I ever get this bottle because I'm on the search for other bottles. I'll have a beer next time. I promise you.
Next time I'm at Costco, I'm going to video call you. And we're going to go through their bourbon selection because you said that sometimes they, and actually my friend who found that sampler pack that I never went back and got, I apologize because I'm terrible.
That's fine.
Is also, he said that they sometimes do get some good stuff in at the Costco here. So
Yeah. Well, all right.
I'll give you, I'll do a little shout out to you via Messenger.
Yeah, please do. So I would say drink it if you can get some. Drink it, enjoy it. Linktree linktr.ee/dudes with brews, the place you need to go for all of our links, for all of our socials, and merch. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. And thank you for being on my side in the shower surround battle.
Mm-hmm. All merchandise is limited time offers starting now. End dates to be released sometime soon.
All right. God bless.
Good night.
Pew! Audio. Goodbye, everyone.